It's amazing if the sun comes out and then it rains and then the sun and then it rains. How fast those flowers are growing. What a bush. Someone needs to do something about it. I don't have time for that. I need to go to work. Finish off this bathroom. Come. I need to explain you something. Well, that's basically our property, right? This is the big house. This is the middle house. This is the small house where we are living. And this is my little bathroom. The big house on the ground floor is where we're going to make a bedroom. And upstairs, the living room. Now, partially under the big house, we have a basement. But it's basically sitting right there. That is my basement. That's my basement. My bathroom is something like this. This is my basement. This is the street side. This is my entrance to the basement. And this is where my water comes in. This is eventually where my sewage will go out later. This is my bathroom. This part of the basement shares the same wall as the bathroom. But the bathroom is one level up. Now, I need to get my water from the basement into my bathroom. So I need to shift outside of the big house and I need to shift one floor up. How am I going to do that? Because I don't want my piping to be seen everywhere. I really want to keep them hidden. But on the other hand, I also really want to have my joints and connections accessible. How am I going to do that? There's this big outside wall that's running all the way from, well, the roof up here until the floor of the basement. 1/3 of the way, you got the floor of the ground floor level. This is my basement. This is my bathroom. And this is gonna be my bedroom on the ground floor. This area is not accessible. I wanna run my water pipe from the basement into the bathroom, unseen, but with all the connections and joints accessible. How am I gonna do that? Well, I've been thinking I am going to go the shortest way, which is that way. We go diagonal through the wall and through the floor. Because what I am going to do is run my water here, my cold water, then here there will be a water heater. And run it like this, straight, bam, bam, through the wall, through the floor, into my basement. Well, later I'll also have some pipes going up in this wall to the kitchen, but we'll talk about that later. And then the water will arrive in my bathroom at this point. Where am I going to need water? I'm going to need water in my shower. I'm going to need water in my laundry machine. Outside water tap for the garden. I'm gonna need water for my toilet to flush and I'm gonna need water for my vanity. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna run separate hoses. One cold water for my toilet, one cold and a hot for my shower, one cold for the laundry and the outside tap, and a hot and cold to my vanity. And that leaves me with a whole bunch of hoses right here. And for that, we are going to make a manifold. But that manifold will be located in my basement again. Because here in my basement, I will have this big chunky manifold sitting with all the joints and everything you want to have. But it will be accessible. Because from this point, it's only going to be straight line to the end user. And these straight lines are going through the floor because we're going to raise the floor, remember? So they will be out of sight and without any problems, because all the joints that may eventually leak, always possible, will be in my basement accessible to me. Now in total, how many hoses are we talking about? 1, 2, shower, 1, 2 vanity, that's 4. 1 cold for the laundry, 5, and 1 cold for the toilet, that's 6. So we're gonna have 6 water hoses running, or pipes. What is it? It's flexible pipe, really. That needs to be a fairly big hole, and that fairly big hole needs to be, I would think, about 70 centimeters long. I calculated it. This is about 70 centimeters. Now I made the calculation because basically what you're seeing there is, I think it's Pythagoras, I'm not really sure. A and B are about equal at more or less 49. So, oh, making the first mistake. 49 to, what do you call it in English, the power, is approximately 2,400. 2,400 is 48, and then 48, the square root of 4,800 is 69, roughly, huh? Oh, this is not a mathematician's educational channel, obviously, but I think that my drill length should be around 70 centimeters in order to make the hole straight from the bathroom into the basement. Well, let's just check it out. Fortunately, I do have a drill that is just long enough. So I've got to determine where my toilet discharge pipe is going to sit in order to install my plumbing not in the way. Now, I don't have a toilet yet, but I can safely assume that it's going to be sitting right in the middle of this space. Here's going to be a wall with the vanity, the sink. Yeah, my toilet is going to be sitting here, and this space was 89, so 90, 45. So my toilet is going to be sitting, the discharge pipe is going to be sitting here. Okay, that's my stay away from zone, because that's roughly where the toilet discharge pipe is going to be. Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm drilling there, and then I've got to make sure that I'm drilling in 45 degrees, otherwise my drill won't be long enough, or I end up coming out of the ceiling instead of the wall. So I better make a quick jig. Okay, I am through something, through a wall. Let's just dive into the basement and check where that drill is coming out. No sign of my drill poking out. That is somewhere where my drill should be poking out of. There's no sign to that. This copper pipe is the pipe that's coming up, right? The one we can see. It's going up there. I think we have to start drilling from downstairs. Oh, I can see light on the end of the tunnel. Yeah, that's quite a tunnel. Gotta take a bigger diameter drill. Yeah, I need to get a bigger drill. I told you we need a bigger drill. I had to make a quick run to the nearest DIY store because my Parkside drill crapped out on me. It's a piece of. Last time I bought any Parkside power tools, only had bad experiences so far. I don't have a single Parkside power tool that I'm happy with. Now my Makita one, I knew this was damaged. Oh, it's still hot and it still stinks. Yeah, this one has been damaged a long time ago just by doing too heavy work. It's a shame. I would have loved to buy a new Makita one, but no one here in the area sells Makita. So I just picked up a B brand, maybe even a C brand marteau piqueur drill hammer. Oh no, marteau perforateur, but it's a 1600 watt AC powered machine. So this should be able to do the job. I mean, driving a 120 millimeter drill is quite a tough job, isn't it? Well, this one stinks too, but it's probably not the electromotor. Well, can't stand it that I'm already spending well over half a day on something simple as drilling a hole. Oh, nice heavy tool. Now, let's see how this one performs. Sounds confident. Haha! El Chapo would be impressed with this tunnel. Seventy centimeters, so I was a bit off with my calculations, but we made it through. Now, what's next is I've got to stick a pipe in, a PVC pipe, because I don't want my tunnel to collapse. 70, so I'll take 90. Oh, that's basically the whole pipe. I need to cut that, huh? You see, this fitting is going in the wall, right? This is where my water goes in, and this is where it comes out, and it goes into the shower tap here. But you can immediately see that there's a whole lot of threaded pipe not being used there. So what I can do is I can adjust it so that that threaded pipe disappears into the wall. Right, I can install it like that, for example. This plate is gonna sit flush on the wall, and then you have the connection to the water deep inside the wall. But my walls are not that thick, and there's absolutely no need to dig such a deep hole in my wall. So I really would like to keep that to a minimum, like that. But then, an effect of that would be that this threaded end is visible, is on our side of the wall, so to speak. The only way to make it work for us, our situation, is by removing quite a bit of this threaded end. So I need to establish how much thread this nut needs in order to sit correctly and to close off watertight. So I just make a marking on the thread like that. Now I can undo it and then measure how much length of thread this nut needs to sit properly. Yeah, that's a centimeter. So I need a centimeter right there to leave a centimeter of thread for the nut to sit properly. I've just made a marking where to cut it off. Marking is right there. I'm gonna cut the threaded pipe, but very carefully, otherwise the thread won't work anymore. Now, very gently, I'm gonna cut it, but I don't want to damage the thread more than I need to. So I'll just be very, very gently. Now, it's always good to leave a nut on this side of the thread so that you can undo it and possibly even forcefully undo it, because the thread can be completely damaged. And then sometimes when you undo the nut, even under pressure, then it will correct the damaged thread. But yeah, I've been careful enough apparently. That's working. So this is how the tap is going to sit, but I see that I still need to cut at least half a centimeter out of the wall because it's not sitting flush. A shower head just arrived from Morocco, handmade. It's a good one, huh? Pretty decent size, even for a big guy like me. Looks too new, I need to dent it a little. Or it will corrode. Better solder work than I did. This multi-layer hose you bend with a spring on the outside. You can bend it by hand, but you run the risk of squeezing the pipe, and then it reduces your water flow, of course. That's not good, of course. So that's how more or less it will be sitting. I have just bent the pipe with the spring around it to shape, and that's great. That's great because I don't have to be afraid that it collapses. I don't know what's the rule, but I want to do the hot on the outside because a little bit of the pipe and the tap might be hot. Don't want you to bump into it when you take the shower. Now I'm ready to attach my fitting. I just gently slide it over. And then it's important that you press the fitting all the way into the blue cap. In this case it's a blue cap, not always. When you see the white hose appearing in those holes in there. And now we're gonna squeeze it. And that's it. I figured while I have the tap on, might as well have installed phase 2, and then phase 3 is the big pipe up with the shower head. I'll do that later. I don't have enough pipe at the moment, need to get some more pipe. But yeah, starting to look like control manifolds from some old submarine or something. Cool. Now going to build this low wall. This area will be a cabinet, closets. There will be the laundry machine and the dryer here, and this will just be like a linen cupboard. And of course this whole floor is going to be raised by 15 centimeters, right? 6 inches more or less. But they will come above the floor. And then they will provide the rails for sliding doors here. I bought the doors, not the slides yet. So you're gonna see part of it. You're gonna see about 5 centimeters, 2 inches of the top side of these. So the reason why I'm installing them now is because we are very close to starting with the rendering. And they need to be rendered as well. Want to have them incorporated in the whole thing, just gonna be visible. But I know I'm gonna regret it, because they are really a big obstruction when they're here with me regards to moving, especially if I have to start rendering the back wall there and still work on the back wall. Plumbing, electricity. Oh, that's right. I need to cut a hole in here for the plumbing and electricity to run through. Yeah, I'm gonna regret it, but they need to go up, because we are getting really close to rendering. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm gonna put them down. First, saw in a slot for electricity and water. Well, and that's it for this time, I guess. Yeah, we've done quite a few things in preparation for the big rendering job, really, and that's going to be probably in the next episode. It's just some sanding, some touching up, and then yeah, we're ready for rendering. It's going to be really cool because that is going to make a big difference in the look of the bathroom. Thank you very much for watching. These guys here, thank you very much for supporting this channel. And if you want to support the channel and you think I deserve the coffee, you can always buy me a coffee via the link below or the link in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for liking. Thank you very much for sharing, for commenting. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. It's going to be cool. We're going to render these walls. Bye now.